How's it going, everyone? Famine52 back again, and today we're continuing on with Final Fantasy 16. Let's get going. Alright, everyone, welcome back. So in the last episode, we had a treasure trove of emotional turmoil. First of all, there were like bearers and regular people, and I wanted to stab a child, and we did kind of, no, it wasn't really us, it was someone else that fed another group of regular people to wolves, but then we made it into the capital city of Sambrique, I believe it is. I can actually pull up the actual name of the city. Give me 1 second. Why am I over here? I cannot pull up the name of the city. It was this city right here. Whatever city that is. And they, while we were there, lost their crystal. Not quite sure how or why, but in the process we fought something that was going by the name of Typhon, and unfortunately Sid passed away. He had a terminal case of hole in the chest. But then we also saw an adult, Joshua, who fought Typhon in our stead, and we found out that Typhon's true name was Ultima, and Joshua absorbed Ultima. Go back and watch the episode. It's emotional damage and all of that stuff, and we haven't really had time to defrag from it. This is actually right after that last episode. I actually had to pause at the beginning of combat because the game does not give you a chance to breathe. So, that being said, we have absorbed Ramuh powers from a hole in the chest Sid. Yeah, and this is going to be our Ramuh introduction battle. So let's go ahead and get going. Okay, very well. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Can I release it? Or do I just press circle again? There we go, we press circle again. And what's this one? Very well. Oh, and another thing. People know us as Sid now. That is not the move that I meant to do. But yeah, people know us as Sid now for whatever reason. We kind of took on the Sid moniker after he passed away. So that is interesting. Oh yeah, and we had a 5-year time skip and we are now an outlaw. So y'all should be mostly caught up. How many are there? For most things. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going here. Is that all?
Enough of this! Let him play with the kitten!
The kitten? Ooh, kitty!
They brought a pet.
Is that this game's version of Coral?
You'll pay for what you've done, Sid.
Those things are fast.
We'll have to be faster.
Oh, it's a Republican War Panther. Very well, very well. Let's go ahead and have some fun with this thing, shall we? We did a good fair amount of damage right there. Savage. War Kitty! It's a War Kitty, everyone. I'm sorry, my War Kitty is currently futzing with me. Give me 1 second. He is now playing with my toes through my shoe. So, here's hoping things go well. And pull! And Staggerfest! Ow. Cat, that would be my ankle that you're digging my claw into. Got him. Alrighty then. So we get 840 experience, as well as 180 ability points and 3,000 gil. This has got to be the carryover from the last battle, because we also get our lightning shard, which means we are going to be upgrading our sword as soon as we are able to find a blacksmith, because one of the things I forgot to mention in the little overview at the beginning is we no longer have a hideaway. So as soon as we find a blacksmith, we should be getting a new sword, as well as some steel silk, bloody hides, and a meteorite. Very well. Yeah, go back to the last episode if you want to figure out how our hideaway got destroyed.
They'll tell Hugo.
Let them. There's been more than enough bloodshed for one day.
Needless to say, the old D&D adage of rocks fall, everyone dies might or might not be in effect. And am I supposed to know who Hugo is? Because that name does not seem familiar to me, but I feel like it should be.
Murderer. All of our friends are dead because of you. Do you hear me? They used us as bait. Bait to lure you out of your stinking hole, all because you couldn't just let things be.
What are you even doing here? We never asked to be saved. Did you think we'd thank you? They'll never forgive us. We're all marked now.
For 5 years we fought to secure a better life for our kind. To see that we are treated as equals. Do you not want that?
What we want is to be left alone. Every time you show your faces, it is we who suffer.
It's all right. I'm sorry.
Is that all you got to say for yourself, Clive? I'm sorry, Sid?
Just leave us be. This is our home, and this is where we'll stay.
Is Hugo Titan's first name?
Sid told us this wouldn't be easy. They'll come round.
If you say so.
Because I could have sworn that Titan's name started with a K.
We should go.
Oh? What is that? The hideaway. What do you mean the hideaway? The hideaway got destroyed. It was also more centralized in there. It was like right there. So what the floof is this? I can't pronounce that. Benarum?
That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope. For a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. In Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free. Free to choose our own path. I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name. It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy. And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Rides over, lovebirds, home sweet home.
Well, very well then. The Hideaway. In a downed airship. Very nice for an organization that was ran by Sid. And they all take on the moniker of Sin. Is that what they say? Home sweet home.
Otto was asking after you. Let's go and see him.
Never a dull moment.
Very well. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We got a lift. We got the stone shop, forge, the music place, Clive's chambers, where we have the wall of memories. Interesting. Interesting. And ooh, a training pit.
Welcome back, Sid.
I guess.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
Guess some people don't know that I'm not Sid.
Again? I see schoolboys swing harder.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosnes. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Alrighty then. By the way, training yard, brilliant idea. You gotta be able to defend yourself if you are going against the grain. Which, honestly,
Sid!
Staying long this time?
honestly, the previous Sid probably should have known, like, hey, we're going up against the Empire. We should probably know how to defend ourselves. Otto! Hey, Moogle.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Speak with Vivian in the map room. Very well. Kabow! You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furthest friend. All in good time. I mean, I believe I know what that is. That is one of the things that I inadvertently spoiled for myself. But I shall leave it a secret. Inspect! Oh god, I'm not reading that. Vivian.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
She's
I
a
happen to
fox.
know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yara. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Here for another of my lectures. Allow me to educate you.
By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current goings-on in Valistia. Revisit any of the Ninetales past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationships of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Okay.
Here's the latest information I have.
Here we can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1 and R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventures. Poppy! Torgal! Okay. I should spend a lot of time on this another time. harsh. Harsh. That red line. Murderer. Yeah, I could spend a lot of time on that, and I should do so off screen or in its own specific episode. Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1 and R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventures. So yeah, this seems like it would be the same sort of thing. So the Iron Kingdom attacks Drake's Breath and yada 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 yada. Very well. Aw. Sambrique took over. Anyway, moving on, because I could spend way too much time there. And let's go ahead and continue on this way. And I know that we have things here, but this is an introduction to a new location. So I am just going to trust that the game is going to take me everywhere it wants me to see. I'm not reading that. I won't be reading this either, but if you want to read it, they are up on screen. You can pause and go through it at thine leisure. How are you still alive?
Hippocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Hand over on Gods and Men.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
Interesting.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
And I'm sure he'll be back soon, but I have stories to tell you.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Oh, not enough to level
If you
them
have
up,
a
though.
question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
What do you mean there's no such thing as Moogles? There is one in our station.
Not back a blink, and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
Very well, very well.
Could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Go ahead and turn these in.
Does that one have blood on it?
And Charon.
Is it business or pleasure?
It's
Point
business.
Earth weighing you down.
And Gaia Blade, don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Ooh, hello. Automatically charges magic spells and maintains the charge until cast. Accessory effect will not trigger unless the ability charge magic is learned. That is interesting. I like the idea. It is very expensive. Increases limit break generations by 3% when dealing damage. Okay. And increases limit break generation by 6% when taking damage. Very well. Increases gil earned by 35%. Increases XP earned by 15%. And increases ability points earned by 20%. Alright, well, these are obviously farming accessories. I will purchase them, though I'm not going to equip them right now.
It'd better all be here.
That is all I'm going to purchase from those for now. Hey, an elixir. Instantly restores all HP. Tempting, but no. What do I have to sell? Just one black blood. Very well.
Finished, are you?
Alright, and the blacksmith. Cool, it's still Blackthorn.
So, what it be?
Alright, so we got Leverbolt here, which is 195 damage, 195 stun, which is 10 better than what I currently have. And I also have 16 Meteorite. Very well. So let's go ahead and
Not bad.
purchase that and equip it. Any craft or any upgrades to the crafting? Negative.
That it? Fine.
Oh yeah. That is a scimitar. Very nice. And I don't see any reason to go back there.
Once the hall's swept,
Let's go on up into our office. Oh, hello, Jill. Why are you just in my office? Hall of Memories. The Oath. Got it. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. That is the only memory that we have. We remember nothing else in the world. Let's go ahead and read this letter. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chamber. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. The Republican Army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing. I reckon I'll see... something as big as brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Very well, very well.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kuka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals.
Indubitably.
To Sid.
He never said. Meanwhile, the Northern Territories.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
That is a great question, Joshua.
My apologies. I didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
The Gathering Storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Ah, there we go. That seems to be where we first encountered him. What's this way? What is this way? Ooh, a chest. A goblin coin, black blood, and magic stuff. Magic ash, that's what it was. Any other treasure chests? Doesn't look like it up here. Let's go ahead and head on this way. Oh, my bad. And speak again with Otto.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastport, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. I know it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Find the curse breakers, though we do have some quests available nearby. There we go, right there. But you also have new things?
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you. Here's the latest information I have. Study it well, Clive. Once more? Very well. Thus ends today's lesson.
Alright, let's go ahead and head down there, get that side quest, and see what we gotta do for it. Shall we?
Welcome back, Sid.
Yep. Was his name Oblivious Boatman?
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Someone. I mean, unless of course someone finds me some pitch.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. And in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Cock and ball. Quest accepted and prioritized. And with that being the case, it looks like we are clear to go to the world map. And we have our main objective right here at Martha's Rest. We also have the 3 Reeds objective, which is our side quest, so that is where we will be going. Alright, and here we are at 3 Reeds. Let's see if we could just run down here. Hey, we can. Very well.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
And this should kill them. In theory. Apparently not that one, though. Or that one. Very well. And we got Pitcher Wax, Sharp Fangs, and Magic Ash. As well as 48 experience, 24 ability points, and no guild.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Oh, and one thing that I did realize in between episodes. If we come here to the attributes menu, and come over here to Clive, this now says Snowcloak. I have no idea what that means, but that used to say something about him being a wolf. Now he's a Snowcloak. I don't know what that means. But, figured I would point it out. Let's see what sort of mischief we can get into. Y'all are still the level 19 stuff. You will be of no difficulty. Well, that was a cool mortal blow. Let's go ahead and collect this. I also can't remember if I went over there when I was here before. Fine, Death Blossom. If you insist on dying, I shall put you to death. Oh, by the way, here is what the new sword looks like. Kind of like a liquid thunder scimitar. Coming down here, we have 3 bloody hides. And it looks like some goblins.
Goblins.
I just remembered that I have new abilities that I have yet to unlock. Or yet to purchase and upgrade, I should say. So I will be doing that here after this battle.
Too slow. Too slow. Nice try.
Very, very nice. And Gigas down. Alright, and we have a chest over here containing 10 sharp fangs. And an item right here, which is another sharp fang. And before I forget to do this again, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade both of these, as well as this right here. And that should be all I need for right meow. Alright, it is time for me to go to Martha's Rest. And I should be able to just fast travel there. I know I'm relatively close, but shouldn't hurt.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
Imperials, you say?
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Found her. Let's get you to a physical.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Dark clouds gathered, accepted, and prioritized.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
What are you after?
Increases stone skin by 30%. And no more meteorite. Very well. Sell the stuff.
Very well.
All right.
Look sharp.
Let's go ahead and descend the ladder. And I will also make my way here, unless something interesting happens along the way. I don't think that you guys want to see me just kind of running back and forth, so I'm going to go ahead and start running.
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields? Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
It seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
I mean, you're not wrong. That being said, again, I am going to be making my way to the Abbey, and unless anything interesting happens, I don't think you guys want to see me running back and forth, so I'll see you at the Abbey. Alright, so here we are at the Abbey, and there are bodies on the floor.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
I hope there's somebody inside, and I hope they're friendly, but I highly doubt it. All the stone bearers. Ooh, that one's shattered and looks like he's got turned to dust.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
This will not take long. And I can only assume that the words that were spoken was a perversion of the Flame Shield's creed. So that is unfortunate. Though I could also assume that these Black Shields that we are currently fighting are also technically surviving Rosarians, so they probably do feel like they have a right to the shield name. Could be wrong though. And get out of my way. Oh, ooh, that was a nice little combo finish. My little flame rush with Shiva Ice Blast. Anyway, we got 40 experience, 20 AP, 100 gil, some Valley Matter, and some wright. Very well.
Is that all of them?
Probably not.
I think so.
I mean, there are bound to be more. You're telling me quest complete, but there's bound to be more Black Shields. What is that? What are you? You're not telling me. Whatever you are, I got 10 of you. Breath of Wind, Gouge. Reduces Gouge cooldown by 3 seconds. As well as 60 Bloody Hides.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
He might still be alive. Let's go check over here in his living quarters.
The abbot.
bearers died protecting it, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive, he's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
I mean, those ones are.
Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosarian will never be safe unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sin's aid. And tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Where are you?
In here. We found a survivor.
I don't think he's going to be surviving for that long, Clyde Civ.
He's gone.
Yup. Almost instantaneously gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. The bearers. They didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself, performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Quest accepted. Release. Accepted and prioritized. So we got a baggie of, I'm assuming, dustified remains, and we are about to dump them in the river. Very well. That baggie, or satchel, however you want to call it, would be incredibly heavy though. Can I get there from here? No, I can't. I need to go around. I mean, I'm not saying that they're concrete dust, but that's a satchel full of essentially concrete dust. So that would be incredibly heavy. I mean, I know Clive is strong and all, but ooh, what are you? Aruman. Bounty, 5,000 gil, and 10 of whatever that other stuff is. Hello, eyeball. Ooh, notorious marks. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While fight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items. Well, very well. I will fight you, Aruman.
Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
And that is not what I meant to do anyway. Where did he go? There you are. I need to get a better view. Ow. I need to get a better view of you. Doom! No, doom to you! got out of it. I got out of it. We're all good. We're Gucci. We're Gucci. Come on. Half stagger. Half stagger, please. Thank you. There's a half stagger. This is one of the hardest death eyes I have fought in a long time. Ooh, full stagger. Alright, now Wings of Rebirth. That did not do as much. Oh, I mean, I did 30,000 damage, so I guess it did do a fair bit of damage. But it did less to his health bar than I feel like it should have. Alright, now get out of the circle! Oh, that's why Torgal hasn't been doing anything. I have not been on the Torgal menu. I've been on the potions menu. And attack! You know what? Prime. This seems like a good primable enemy. Alright, we got him staggered. So let's go ahead and offload some iconic abilities. There we go. Notorious Mark slain. Giving us 200 experience, 35 ability points, 5,000 gil, and 10 of whatever that is. Also gives us magic ash and meteorite.
You didn't see that coming.
And be dead, eyeball. Be dead, I says. And we got a item right here, which is a 3 bloody hide.
That must be the bridge.
Yeah, that's probably the bridge. We got 5 gil right there. And scatter remains.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
The pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
You're right. Giving the Imperials a funeral pyre is way more than they deserve. Though I guess just leaving them to rot on the Abbey floor is not exactly the best idea. Let's go ahead and fast travel back to Martha's Rest. All right, and
where we are
into the bar we go. Martha, how you doing?
No one
How's Clark?
Then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Quest completed, giving us 50 experience, 600 gil, and 5 of the weird courtesy that they have yet to actually tell me what it is. And we also got 1 black blood. Alright, and let's go ahead and return to the hideaway. Oh, nope. We are not returning to the hideaway. There's a quest here. There is a quest here.
Try not to move.
Oi, you there!
Rowan, the traveling trader.
You handy with that sword of yours? Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Go and help the flock of chocobo? Oh, you know it.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Quest accepted, the White-Winged Wonder. And I meant to prioritize it. I apparently missed it, though. Wait, no, maybe I did. So, Whiteheart and the White-Winged Wonder. The game is doing a lot to try to tell me that this is a white chocobo. And we've only seen, what, 2 or 3 white chocobos in the game? One of them was mine, one of them was my father's? Or was my father's gray?
A white feather.
And it's a white feather. That's a big feather, too.
I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Looks like they went that way.
White chocobo pinion. That was picked up as a item. What sort of item was that picked up as? Aha! One of my first key item. Well, okay. I got the pitcher wax here in key items, as well as the white chocobo pinion. Maybe key items, what they mean by key items is active quest items? I don't know. Oh no, it looks like we've got some dead people.
Down without a fight.
Got an item right here. Some briar clam shells.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
Piss off.
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, don't say I didn't warn you. Here. Taste my flame. Oh, you're still alive? Not no more. What about you? You still alive? Not anymore. New enemies approach. Oh, hello. I did not mean to use that. I'm still getting used to this Ramu stuff. Fire! Staggered. Take out the huntsman. Alright, huntsman. I guess you leave you no choice but to limit break you. Not because I think you're hard, but because you're annoying. Get on one knee. And let me stagger you. Got him. Huntsman dead. Enemies slain. Giving us 48 experience, 24 ability points, 120 gil, a gill bug, and some steel silk.
We're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
Yup. Ambrosia. Quay!
It is you. You survived.
What is the lifespan of a chocobo?
You found your yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sort of bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. Never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. No matter who you are, you done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
What do you mean stay right where I am? Whatever you're about to do, couldn't we have gone back to the stables for it? I'm assuming you're giving me barding. Wouldn't that be easier at the... Yep. She even has an eye patch. That's hilarious. Ooh, all of them got barding.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you?
Yep, that was me.
No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
So can they not see the scar that is clearly in the shape of the brand?
I'll call you when I need you.
Quest completed! The White-Winged Wonder. 250 experience points. And 20 of weird currency. We also got Ambrosia's Tack. And 60 sharp fangs. Chocobo unlocked. How do I call said Chocobo? After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia, and X to mount the Chocobo. Why, hello there, Ambrosia.
Come on.
When you ride alone, ride Ambrosia for the first time. And, of course, one of the pack mates is Jill's mount very well. And let's see, or R2 to gallop,
Fly, Ambrosia.
L2 to rein in, and R3 to dismount. Can I jump? I can. And I can even attack while on her back. Very nice. What happens if I press circle? Nothing. That's fine, that's fine. I probably shouldn't be attacking while I'm on her back. This is so much better. I love being able to move this fast. This is amazing. Alright, so with all of that being said, let's go ahead and head back to the hideaway. The new hideaway, that is. And if that guy could only see our scar from the brand, he would have seen, without a doubt, that we were indeed the one that helped him 5 years ago. But for some reason, even though it is a very visible scar, he couldn't tell that it was us. Whatevers. Anyway, back down the elevator. And to the boatman. The boatman. Let's go with that. Give him his pitch.
Well, did you find me
I'm sorry, wax.
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Boats are supposed to be named after women. But okay, if you want to give your boat, if you want to name your boat after your father, I guess I can't begrudge you that. But they're supposed to be named after women. And we have leveled up to level 29. Our health is now 1976, and everything else has increased by 3. No. Attack has increased by 2. Defense has increased by 3. Staggered by 2. Strength by 2. Vitality by 3. And will by 2. Very well. And we also got a Badge of Might plus 1. Increases attack by 12. So that will be replacing my Badge of Might. Which was this one? Nope. This one. Very well, very well. And let's go ahead and head on upstairs and speak with Gav. You know, I say upstairs, there's not any stairs to get us up here. So, up elevator? Ow. That doesn't sound correct. But it's technically true.
But none of the curse breakers...
Gavin, how are you, my good sir?
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals.
I mean, you could have done that with a little bit more pomp.
Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Did you really just realize that I'm a Rossfield, Gav?
Then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
You've known me for 5 years and you're just not realizing that I'm a Rossfield? Thought you were good at sniffing these sort of things out. Moogle! Kupo! Otto's counter is now open! New facilities! The following hideaway facilities are now available. Alliance Report, the Porton's Whisper, and the Hunt Board. All three are located near Otto in the Mess.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Alright, and now with all of that done, it looks like we have one side quest there and a whole bunch of new things elsewhere. But that will all have to wait for the next episode, everyone. The last couple of episodes have been incredibly long, and I would like to keep this one under an hour and 40 minutes. Which if I start doing anything else, we will quickly go over. So until next time when we take on whatever that side quest is over there, let's see if we can get a name for it. The Fruits of Her Labors, very well, as well as taking a look at the Hunt Board and the Patron's Whispers. All that's going to happen in the next episode, though. So until then, this is Famine52 signing out, and peace out.